In this video, I'm going to cover how to shave with a safety razor, and then I'm going to do a full shave using the techniques I'm about to talk about. So shaving with a safety razor is very different from a cartridge razor because the whole idea behind shaving with a safety razor is beard reduction. So what that means is subsequent passes, you're going to have to do multiple passes with the razor to get it down to the length that you want and the smoothness that you want on your skin. And on the first pass, it's not going to be down to skin, baby butt smooth that they call it immediately. It's going to take a few passes to get there. So with each pass, it's beard reduction is the goal. And there's 3 standard passes that people shave with to get to their desired smoothness and what they want out of their shave. So the first pass people typically do is with the grain, then cross grain, then against the grain. And what that means is that's referring to the grain of the direction of your facial hair growth. So most people's facial hair grows down on their face, so that's the direction of the grain. So the first pass is typically with the grain, going with the direction, cross grain, so directions of the grains here, you're going across the grain, and then last one's against the grain. And those passes are also in the level of their aggressiveness. So with the grain pass is a very light pass, cross grain is a little more aggressive, and against the grain is a very aggressive shave just because you're literally going against the hairs and you just get direct access to the skin. So I have very sensitive skin, so I only do a 2-pass shave. So I go with the grain and then I go cross grain on my second pass. Then I do a little cleanup pass, just getting little areas a little bit closer that I want to get, like around my mustache, chin, stuff like that. So with these passes, there's also a few techniques to holding your razor and handling your razor that you need to know about. First one is the angle. So you can go completely vertical, you can go pretty horizontal. It's really personal preference and you'll find out which angle works best for you, but I'm around maybe like 25, 30 degrees, something like that. And when you shave, you want to maintain that angle. So you don't want to shave flicking your wrist because then that angle is going to change each time you take a stroke. So what I do is I lock it in, the angle I want, and then I get movement from my shoulder and my elbow. I'm doing this motion rather than this motion. So you get the angle and you want to maintain that. So you shave like this. There's also pressure. You don't want to be jamming the safety razor into your skin. You just want to be setting it on there. You're really just, I'm going to be careful because I got a blade here, but you're just setting it on there and just with its own weight, that's it. You don't want to be pushing down at all. You also want to be concerned about the speed of your pass. You don't want to go too fast because then the blade doesn't have time to actually cut the hairs. You don't want to go too slowly because there's not enough energy there to cut the hair. So it's just a nice medium pace. You'll figure out what works. You'll feel if you're going too fast or too slow. And finally, the length of pass. I do maybe a 2 or 3 inch pass. So what I do is I just go 2 or 3 inches, pick up my razor, do another 2 or 3 inch pass, another one, another one, another one, then I do another row here on this side of my face. You don't want to do too long of a pass. Well, you can. Some people do really long passes. It's just a little bit easier to maintain control and get something that you're really happy with if you're doing short passes. Because in these short areas of your face, the angle you're going to need to shave with is relatively the same. So if you're doing a pass from here to here, if you're doing a long pass, all of a sudden you come here, the angle needs to change. So you need to change the angle of cutting and then readjust back. It's just easier to do smaller passes. So that's what most people do. So I think that's about it. I'm going to now do a full shave using the techniques that I just described. And to prep my beard, I just got out of the shower, washed out my facial hair in the shower, and I'm about to apply a face lather. I have my shaving brush here soaking in this mug. I have other videos talking about how to lather, and I'm not going to cover those here just for the sake of time. So I'm going to go ahead and face lather, fill up my sink with hot water, and get ready to go. Since it's been a few minutes since I got out of the shower, I'm just going to dip my hand in the hot water and apply a little bit of it to my facial hair. Just going to be using this brush. This is my Badger & Blade Essential Boar Hair Brush. It's a 22mm bore knot. And I'm using here Synergy Shave Cream, their Cavendish scent, which is a pipe tobacco scent. Just going to load up and face lather. So before I get started, there's a few things I'd like to mention. Like I had said, Shower before you shave. That's a huge recommendation of mine. It just gets your facial hair nice and hydrated. You need to do that before you shave, or else it's going to be a really rough shave. Also, if this is your first time shaving with a safety razor, give yourself 30-45 minutes. I think my first shave was like 40-50 minutes while I just got the technique down. My wife was not happy. She was not excited about this new style of shaving. But now I shave 5 to 10 minutes. It's not a problem. Just give yourself that time at the beginning so you can teach yourself and learn how to shave with this. Finally, I am using a Merkur 34C safety razor with a Persona blade in there, and I've got another video about loading blades into your safety razor. Just make sure it's loaded in there evenly on both sides and it's not skewed. So, my first pass is going to be with the grain. And I'm going to start over here at the sideburn. And the way I start with my sideburns is I put this bar that's here on the razor, excuse me, I put it right where I want my sideburn to be. I go to the angle that I'm going to shave at, remember no pressure, and I go down 2 or 3 inch pass. That's it. So then I move over and I just do that again. That's it. Very simple, decent speed, no pressure, short little pass, and maintaining the angle. So now I'm going to do this bottom area of my face. So as you're shaving, the razor just slowed down there. I could tell it's not cutting as well. So the razor gets filled up with shaving cream and your facial hair. So if the safety razor has 2 sides to it, you spin around and shave here. You'll also notice that I'm holding my razor like this. I've got my pinky at the bottom. That's the way I like it. I feel like I've got the most control that way. Some people shave like this, just grasping it from the side. Some people hold it kind of like a pencil, shave like this. There's lots of methods. This is the way that I like the most. So I'm just going to do mustache area and keep going. Okay, so now I'm going to get this sideburn, same thing, lay the bar on there, go to the angle, go down. That makes a nice, even line. I accidentally did that a little bit in angle, I'm just going to fix that. There, that's better. So when I shave, I tend to go in the same direction every time. These are kind of like quadrants. I go like 1, 2, 3, 4. Be careful coming around the angle of your jaw. I found on my neck the key is just no pressure. Do not be pressing that blade into your skin at all. You can get away with a little bit of pressure on your face, but down here I get really irritated if there's any pressure. It's also harder on your Adam's apple. Just do short little strokes, just kind of divide up. People talk about thinking of different facets on your face. Like a diamond has facets, all those flat areas that makes an overall kind of curved shape. It's kind of like your face. So find those different flat areas and just shave them individually. So as my first pass, that was entirely with the grain. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse off my face in the sink here and get ready for my second pass. You want to rinse off in between passes to get off any like little facial hair that's been cut off that's just sitting on your face. I also take this time to feel around my face, feel areas that I got well, that I didn't get so well, that I want to make sure I get on this second pass. Alright, so now second lather application. When you're applying lather for the second time, you don't have to spend the same amount of time that you did for your first pass. The first pass, it's really key to really work it in there because you need to get the lather between all the hairs and in contact with the skin. But here there's no hairs to impede that, so you're just kind of applying it. So there, that's good. So on my second pass, like most people do, I go cross grain. So I'm gonna go cross grain on my face, and on my chin or my neck area, I'm gonna still go with the grain, as my neck is very, very sensitive. And if I go cross grain or against the grain, I'm gonna get irritation and razor burn. So I still go with the grain down here, and on my face, I go cross grain. And going cross grain, you can either go one direction or the other. People talk about going toward the nose or away from the nose. I go toward the nose, then away from the nose. I've just found that that is what works best for me. So you still need to maintain, even though the razor is now on its side, you still need to maintain the same angle, pressure, speed, everything, length of pass. So here I just get under my sideburns, getting that angle I like. Short little passes. This is actually a sensitive area for me, so I still go with the grain there. Extremely light pressure. Okay. So now, under your nose, the hairs grow up usually really close under your nostrils here. So what I do to get that, I'm going to apply a little bit extra lather. I go like this, push the skin down, and then I come in and angle right under my nostril. There. Then I'm going to do the same right here on the other side, but I switch hands for this. Then I immediately feel. I got a few little hairs. Good. I'm happy with that. Alright, now to my neck, just with the grain the entire way. Okay, good. So I'm going to clean off my face. And while I clean off my face, I'm just feeling around once again. After that second pass, a cross grain, it should be a lot smoother. So my face is pretty much done at this point. So it should always be smooth in the direction you shave. So I've gone with the grain, so it's smooth there. Cross grain, smooth in that direction. Against the grain, I think you can hear that. It's not smooth because I don't shave in that direction. So I do a third pass, kind of like a little cleanup pass. So what I'm going to do, apply face lather here while feeling around to see what areas I want to get again. I'm going to get a little more soap here. So with this third pass, I just clean out my brush there with my hand to get out this really thick, dense, luxurious shaving cream in there. People call it crema. I feel around with my left hand on my face, feel what areas I want to get again. I hold the razor in this hand and get them. And I usually go cross grain with this. You can go against the grain if you want to. You can do whatever. This is the time to go around your face and clean up areas that you like really smooth. I like under my sideburns smooth, my mustache area and my chin really smooth, so I'm going to go ahead and clean those up. So here on my chin, I'm going to go cross grain this way, then cross grain this way. Because with each cross grain pass in the two different directions, you're going to get a slightly different cut, and it's going to get a little bit closer. Alright, so I'm just feeling around, and I'm really happy with the shave. It's really close. Neck's good. Get right here a little bit more. Alright, that's it. That's my shaving routine. I hope this has helped. I hope it's been informative. Please let me know if you have any comments or questions or tips. And at this point, you want to clean up your safety razor, you want to clean up your shaving brush, you want to clean up your face. So for my post-shave, I first clean off with hot water. I usually do it here in my shower because I have one of those wands, but you can also do it here in your sink. So I clean off with hot water, cold water, then I go over it with an alum block, and then I put on some sort of aftershave balm or cream, and then maybe some thicker face cream if it's the winter time. But anyway, that's that. I hope that's been helpful, and thank you for watching.